Someone fed an AI 5 million raw hospital brain scans. No labels, no cleanup, and it taught itself to spot disease. Later, a way to switch off the parts of an AI that know how to build a weapon. You're on Innover, 5 stories that actually moved today. Here we go. Innover Brief 1. AI reads 5 million raw brain scans. Medical AI has always had one big problem. It needs humans to label every scan first. A team at the University of Michigan just skipped that step. They built a model called NeuroVFM and trained it on 5.24 million real brain scans straight from hospitals. No labels, no cleaning, just the messy pile every hospital already has. And it still learned to read the anatomy and spot disease on its own. The work is in Nature Medicine, and they made the weights free for anyone to use. Here is why it matters. Every hospital sits on years of old scans nobody has time to label. This turns that idle pile into a tool that helps doctors. That is a real unlock for medicine. Innover Brief 2. Anthropic builds an AI off switch. That was AI helping. This next one is about AI being safe. Here's the off switch I promised you. Anthropic, working with AE Studio, built a way to box up risky knowledge inside a model. Think how to build a weapon or how to run a cyber attack. They put that knowledge into separate parts you can pull out like a plug. So a company can ship the model with those parts switched off. The clever bit is you do not have to retrain the whole thing or make it dumber. For years, safety meant hoping a model would just refuse. This is more like a real lock. Innover Brief 3. Mistral gives robots a brain. From the safety lab now to the factory floor, stick around. Later, the tiny chip that could jam the whole AI boom until 2030. Mistral is a French AI lab most people know for chatbots. Now it wants to run robots. It launched RoboStral Navigate, its first model built for real machines. It lets robots in factories and warehouses follow plain-spoken directions, so instead of coding every move, you can just tell the robot where to go. A frontier lab stepping into the physical world is a big step. Brains are moving out of the browser. Innover Brief 4. The AI tests are broken. Okay, robots can follow orders, but can we even trust the report cards we give AI? You have seen headlines like this: AI scored 70% on a coding test. Turns out some of those tests are a mess. OpenAI checked a popular one called SWE Bench Pro. About 30% of its tasks were broken, bad instructions, wrong answers in the key, tests that were too strict. OpenAI even pulled its own recommendation of the test. And it is not just that one. A separate group found the tests for database code had wrong answers too. So the next time you see a shiny AI score, remember the ruler itself might be bent. Innover Brief 5. Memory shortage until 2030. One more before we go, and it is the reason all of this could slow down. Here's the tiny chip I told you about. AI does not just need those big fancy graphics chips. It needs fast memory chips to feed them data. SK Hynix is one of the biggest makers of those memory chips. And its boss just gave a grim warning: the shortage could be worse in 2027 and drag on all the way to 2030. That is the whole AI boom waiting on a small rectangle of memory. All the smart models in the world still need real chips in a real factory. And those are running short. Today's thread was simple. AI keeps getting smarter, and the real limits are now safety and supply. We track these stories every single day. If that is useful, subscribe, and we will keep them coming.